Good to see you.
Yeah, all good. Just a bit busy. Enjoyed the holidays.
Yeah.
How about
Thank
you?
Good, very good. Excited. Just want to share the news with everyone. That's it. Yeah.
Mm.
Waiting for a couple more people. So let's see. You were okay with the link, right, Janelle? It was okay. Was connect. The Eventbrite link was okay.
It was pretty difficult because instead of having to go to the calendar, I had to sign into Eventbrite, and then I had to go to my Google Authenticator to get into Eventbrite. And
Oh,
yeah.
because I actually sent the link to to the email. I was thinking because some people used to say that it's a bit difficult if we link the Zoom with the Eventbrite. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was just checking with people.
Oh.
Welcome back, Raju, to the session.
Yeah, someone is saying they're having trouble with the link. I'll resend and see.
Are you guys able to hear me? I'm sorry. Is
Yes, we
that it?
can. Yes,
I'm having
yes.
some network issues. I don't know why.
We can hear. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hi, Julie. Welcome. Thank you for joining. It's great. Okay.
You make a start with me, or as
Yeah.
people come in, we can
Yes.
join them. I think it'll be quite a wait
Julie,
with the
welcome.
internet
So
issues.
I
Yeah.
will hand over. We just officially we can start because we respect everyone's time. Uh, we expecting a bit more people, but we'll see when they will be coming and joining with us. We do have our friend helping here to bring them in. So let's start. So thank you, everyone, whoever joining from different places and taking your 1 hour for us, trusting us, and supporting us for this She Rise global launch. Rise with heart, thrive on your terms. That's our tagline. We, myself, Bismi, and Komla, are going to share the good news to everyone. Let's start by acknowledging our great God. I always believe that God is always there. His grace is helping us to do anything and everything in our life. That grace is always there in our life. But at the same time, if we are acknowledging God through our gratitude, that's where we find strength. So let's acknowledge our God, that strength that helping us to stay stronger, continue our life, and do the best things in our life. We are in a wonderful country where we can have anything and everything again. So we acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land and on which we meet on this day. I know that some people are not from Australia, but we do believe that this wonderful land is helping us to share across the globe. We pay our respect to the leaders, past, present, and emerging. Let's be grateful to our life and then see what is She Rise is going to share with us.
Thank you, Bismi. Thank you for that, all the prayers and then acknowledging our country. especially our land where we meet. So hi everyone. Good evening. Thank you for being here today. And this moment is deeply meaningful. And my name is Komala, and I'm one of the co-founders of She Rise Foundation. I'm also a nurse, and the founder of Solace Home Care, where I work closely with individuals, families, navigating complex care needs. So that's where She Rise was born, with that belief. Our vision is global. We exist for all women and young girls and across all cultures and communities, especially those who are vulnerable, unheard, or carrying life's responsibility alone. This includes single mothers, women experience violence, women navigating through mental health challenges. I'm honored to co-found this foundation with beautiful Bismi, a mother of three and a survivor whose courage reminds us that strength can grow from even the hardest experience. At She Rise, we don't rescue women, we walk beside them, creating safe space and supporting women and girls to rise on their own terms. Today, this foundation begins, and with it, a shared promise. Together, we all rise. And now, to Bismi. I'll ask her to.
I actually really want to be very grateful to Komala and acknowledge her honesty and the way to help people in and around the community. I would say I accidentally met her, but I feel like that is meant to be. And the people around this group is also the people I connected a lot. So if you do not know me and meeting me first time, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Bismi Palati, as Kamala mentioned. I always proud to share that I am mother of three because they are my motivation. So I do have three teenage boys with me, and trying to build a legacy for them so that they know what the mother was there. When, even though I am not in this world, they need to know that I was doing something for them and that I was building a life that they get proud of. I am really passionate about talking about whatever happening in my life. I do work in healthcare sector. At the same time, I'm an author and speaker. I'm a radio host. More than that, I would love to help people who are going through the family violence area. I do have an organization called the Dominus Nisi, where I do help people who are suffering through the violence, and then I speak up for them through the radio shows and other online platforms. So when I heard about this wonderful platform to build that as a foundation and then help people in a genuine way, I said yes to Komla because I didn't want to think twice. So that's why She Rise actually coming together from a lived experience of family violence. I understand how hard it is to show a smiley face out there and then struggle through many different areas of our life, and especially if you are having kids with a disability and if you are having your own medical conditions. But many times that helped me to be challenged myself and do much better things in my life. So I learned a lot. Choosing safety over anything is the priority. And I chose that 13 years ago. I chose the safety for my kids. And then I am chugging along with a wonderful company of many different people. But I learned in the hardest way. And that's why I really want to talk about this why She Rise. Because when I was struggling with my life and chugging along by myself, I didn't realize that this is a global reality. I was thinking that just me, because of me, or something is specific to me, and that's why it's happening to me. But when I did the real studies and then expand my understanding, I realized that this is a global reality. Despite the progress, women and girls worldwide still face systematic barriers, safety and equality, and issues in their life. That's why in this unforgiving world, we always, especially women, always demands to, control themselves to be a smaller version of themselves or shrink to themselves and leading to burnout, and then always pushing themselves to doubt about their strength, their skills, and their capacity to lead. And we feel that there is something missing, even though the world is going to AI world and 21st century, we are missing something. And that's where we actually came together, myself and Komala, to do this foundation. The true empowerment cannot be built without a foundational sense of safety and belonging. And that's why we are making this foundation as an unspoken need for a sanctuary.
Thank you,
So
Bismi.
let's actually go through what is the mission vision for us and what's a promise for She Rise.
Thank you. Two hearts and one mission, empowering women in Australia and around the globe in an ethical and responsible way. So we really believe a world where every woman rises with confidence, thrives with purpose, and leads with strength, transforming families, communities, and generations. It's driven by the belief that women rise entire communities, and it also thrives at the same time. When we all rise together, that's where we make everybody else thrive, because we are out there supporting each other. And we establish She Rise as a foundation dedicated to ethical, responsible, and sustainable empowerment. We combine financial education, emotional wellness, and community support to create an ecosystem where women don't just survive, they flourish. We want to promise that we operate with integrity, inclusivity, and a deep commitment to the ethical support of every woman we serve. And that's a ultimate vision that we have, because that's where it actually started. We had little discussion, how can we empower each other, how can we be out there for each and everybody, supporting and empowering them. We don't want to, because we all know, sometimes they all say this, even if as a joke, they just mention, oh, women always let other women down. This shouldn't be the case. We should never let people have the judgment about women like we let other women down. We need to change the way people think. We can't change the world, but then one person at a time, bringing this empowerment together, standing there for each and every woman, can make huge difference in community. And that's our belief. This is why we started She Rise, whereas it is a safe space for women.
It is always the safe space. We are actually putting three important pillars for our foundation. And I was talking to one of our great leader who actually doing many different innovations and projects for the women in Victoria. And I was discussing uh, the foundation and with her, and she mentioned that you have real clear pillars, and that's what the reason that which will actually rise. So I really want to share that foundations with you. And obviously, we put wealth as the number one pillar for She Rise, because without wealth on this world, we don't get any freedom. And I believe that because I experienced that firsthand. Even though I was working for 18 years, I had to leave my house with no money. I had to start my life on the floor, and I need to do everything from ground zero. So if that is happening for a woman who worked full time for 18 years, by hearing many different similar and different stories of family violence. I believe understanding or achieving the economic independence is a must for any woman. It is no matter whether they are going through the tough time or no matter whether they are going through the family violence. So we are concentrating, number one pillar is wealth, achieving that economic independence. I can clearly see looking at your face, Kate, that's where the freedom coming up, and she's one of our real well-wisher helping us to get into that pillar. So what we're doing through the She Rise is that we equipping women, we partnering with other women, other single women who are rising in this area, in this pillar, and then we take those tools and then we help them to understand how to manage their finance, how to build assets, how to understand that economic self-reliance through financial literacy, and giving them education through great women around us. And at the same time, if they think that they need to invest in a right way, we bring people who are succeeded in the investment options and then give them opportunity to invest the way that they can. And if they think that they need to become a businesswoman, they need to find out how to start a business or maybe scale the business and find out a brand for their business. We have friends connected, and then we will bring and collaborate with those wonderful people and then help them to build the wealth. And that's our number one pillar for She Rise.
Thank you, Bismi. Our second pillar is wellness. And this is very, very deeply personal to me, and it's very close to my heart because that's where my journey started. Through years of working closely with people at the end of life, especially being there alongside those living with complex mental health challenges, I have witnessed both the fragility and with incredible strength of the human spirit. Like there were the moments I learned that what people need most is not to be fixed, but to be held with presence and compassion. And being gentle and grounding support is what is needed. It's not about someone, oh, I feel sorry for you, or you've been going through this. That's not what people want to hear. You want to be held together when they're tough times. Everybody will have a phase where they go through a rough patch, and then that's where we women need to start looking at how can we support each other. Let's have a chat. It's not just having a coffee catch up with somebody. Let's find out, is there somebody who needs some help, and is there somewhere we can be there, be present. It's something that really comes with every woman who are passionate about doing things out there. And these experiences shape my understanding of care and well-being. They showed me how easily stress and overwhelming can take hold and how vital it is to have tools that restore calm and dignity and sense of inner safety. That's where like they just need to feel safe. Like how can you maintain the dignity without just going and talking out loud that, oh yes, you're going through this. Like it shouldn't be like that. Like we women should, we are, or we do try and manage things when it is a sensitive matter, but then it's also how can we educate other women in the same platform? How can we support each other, not being overly judgmental about somebody's situation? Oh yes, they're dealing with this. Like, how can we be there and help them? How can we support them? This is the platform. This is the reason why we have these pillars, to make other women understand and educate them around this area. It's just very easy for us to just not look at that side of love, like, oh, we don't want to know problems. But when it comes to you, you have to face it regardless. You can't just push back on it because that's life. That's all about life. Like working in palliative, that's where my understanding was deeper and deeper. It's not just about living, it's also the quality towards the end. And this is this, I think that's where me and Bismi, we were like, yes, we need to make sure we understand mental health, how we can set boundaries, how we can practice self-care, and we can encourage women around us do that.
I was thinking, like, going to ask the third pillar, what can be the third pillar that you, as women or men in this group, would love to see in Shirley's? I don't know whether if you can add the third pillar that you are thinking in your mind in the chat, we can see whether it is actually connecting to our third pillar. So we picked up wealth as our first pillar, and then wellness are our second one, and third one is going to C. Yes, it's confidence, because to do wealth and health and whatever wellness that we have to do, we need something. We need to find out our voice and then bring that voice up. So we need confidence, and we know that many people are trying to find out how to bring that confidence in them, because they may have many different things in their life and they do not know how to scale up or even speak up in their family. Maybe something that's going through between the partners, they do not know how to speak up, because I know how that feels. Because even though I was going through the eggshells, I couldn't speak up for myself because I was having that trouble to connect and speak up. And that's what we picked up the third pillar as confidence, finding our own voice and our leadership. And that's what one of the area that I really love to share my skill set, because I help people like to speak up. I run programs so that I know that how to speak up and then bring the ideas and issues to a platform. So what we are trying to do here, maybe through this platform, we are offering different programs to improve their public speaking, negotiation skills, and leadership training. We are actually partnering with a really well-known leadership training people as well, not just the Shirais or not just with us. So I'm really looking forward to empower women and then help them to speak powerfully in the all areas of their life. And I'm looking forward to corporate area, community area, and family. And that will help us to avoid the incidents of the violence happening in their life and in their next generation. Because if you can teach your kids how to speak up and stand up for them, we are generating the next generation of real brave families. So that's what I truly believe, and that's what we are putting up this third pillar like this, improving the confidence through the voice. So I hope that this pillar will help many people to come out and then talk about their issues. And then we are looking forward to different series and different programs through She Rise and helping them educate them and bring the confidence and leadership in them. And then what exactly all this the foundation of empowerment, Komala? I love you to share that because I know that you always love that safe space. So tell us, what is that safe space for Shiraz?
So to me, it's really it's a foundation, yes. Safe space it's been always there. It's just more than four walls. It is a deep sense of emotional and physical security where women are free from judgment, expectation, and the constant need to perform. Like we are the expectation is really high. You need to manage in every aspect your house maintenance, from cooking, cleaning, from doing your like working or managing a business. The expectations are so high that we tend to really completely forget like where is our safe space. It In true safety, vulnerability becomes possible and is where real strength is born. That's where we are courageous to speak honestly and set boundaries, like set healthy boundary. It's just not a boundary, it should be healthy and begin healing. And at She Rise, and when we talk about a space, every interaction is grounded in respect, confidentiality, and unconditional support. We believe when a woman feels genuinely safe, that space becomes her launch pad. So a place where she can connect and reconnect with herself and grow with confidence and rise into her fullest potential. We make sure we are there, like to support in every aspect of life when we are committed to do so. Because when somebody comes to us, like this is where we find those resources. We try and connect with them right people. We have so many good people around us. We have therapists. We have people who know how to help them get through this emotional well-being and being confident, teaching them how you can be confident. And just being vulnerable is really good sometimes, because that really, really give you an understanding of how people actually come out there out of nowhere to support you. And it's just, we need to help people speak up. That's something that we always talk. And then I have known so much about Bismi, why she talks about being unmute, being talky, just being vulnerable, talking to people, just say something, whatever, however you feel like. It's just speaking up is one thing that really, really matters, because if you don't ask, you don't get it. Nobody out there know what you're thinking, what's happening within your brain, and what's happening within your world. Like if you don't ask for help or support. So, and it's really, really important that we create that safe space, and that's where we are. Thank you, Bismi. And next, here you take.
So I think, that's really important to know that we are creating a safe place. We know that there are different environment are here, different networking groups are here, and different business places are here. But this is more of like bring people who really want to share their safe things and then think that there is no other place to go. We know that there are organizations helping for women who is going through the family violence, but the system is not really helping. There is a big gap. And that's why we just want to invite everyone to join this moment. So you may be thinking how you can join this moment and why you are here. I know that because you were influenced our life in different ways. And I can see Deborah, I can see Prita was there, and I can see Julie, Julie and Deborah and Kate. Those three wonderful mentors. They are doing great things in the community, and we are actually continuing what they're doing. So I just want to tell you what's a bit different with the Shirais and how we can join this movement is to give you a time in different ways. So we are putting up 4 different opportunities to join Shirais. You can become a mentor with us. You can become a volunteer with us. You can share what we are doing in your network environment and your area, and then you can support any ways because it's a foundation, it's a global movement. It's not just in Melbourne or not in Victoria. I love to see people who join from India as well. And again, it is more of like a community coming together. So if you want to see what's happening within Shirais, tell us, and then we will be adding you in our community. And more than that, we are actually going to share our stories, the unmuted stories, to the whole world. So we started a podcast called Unmuted, and then we are bringing the stories of people who survived family violence and who are doing better things with that conversion and self-discovery that they have done during that big time that they had in that hardest moment of their life. So if you want to know more about that Unmuted podcast, and if you think that somebody can be a real guest to share their story, just tell us, because what we are going to do is like bringing those people and then telling their stories, because sharing your story is healing. So these are the 4 different ways that you can come together and then help She Rise. It's She Rise means is that you are rising and you are at the same time becoming a missionary to help other women rising. Today, I really want to share this. Like one of my friends of my same age passed away. She was struggling through cancer, and yeah, all on a sudden, she's no more. But what happened is that she was actually going through the toughest time, and we couldn't really do much because she was not ready to speak up. Because healing is coming from many different ways. You can get through the friendship, you can get through the medication, you can get through that consolation, and you can even get that peace of mind simply connecting with the community. So now, as a community, when we mourn for that wonderful life, I feel that just like in a very small circles like this, come together and share your stories is healing. When I was going through the tough time, even in last November to last week, the only connection, only strength that I had is the close people that I can talk and then share what's happening. So that's the power that I experience, and even people like you experience. And that's why we're doing this platform, starting as an online platform and then sharing the stories. But again, we are looking forward to many other events, especially some events that we already decided to go ahead, and then Komla will share our future events with us now.
Thank you, Bismi. And guys, these are the events we have. However, I just want to add something that Bismi said. It's not just a platform where we chit chat about things, how we can support each other emotionally, or just for that 10 minutes or 15 minutes we catch up. It's not about a coffee catch up that's just general and just spending a good time with friends or your community group. It's more than that. We need to connect. We need to connect deeper. We need to have that understanding about why are we here. We value that time. It's we can't be asking somebody to come and spend an hour with us for no reason. It's not fair because everybody values time, and then these days everyone say one thing: time is money, and everybody are in a race where we need to meet the needs of everything that we do day to day, and then also with the things changing with AI and the way things are looking is very different to how we were raised 20, 30 years ago. It was very different, and it's more adapting to the new era, and also just making sure we are comfortable. We don't want to make people think, oh no, I've been forced to come here. I just need to be here because somebody invited me. Or my friend, she invited me because I don't want to hurt her feelings. I just decided to come and sit here and just listen to what people are saying. Because presence is really important. Because hearing and listening, they're two different things. You can hear whatever. You can hear a music and not be there. You don't have to be present there. You just listening to a music. You're not actually drifting into that. You don't really understand what the lyrics is, but then listening is different. You got to be actively listening. You got to be present physically and mentally. You got to listen what people are saying. Otherwise, there is no point in just going and spending time in a networking event or any sort of event, just sitting there and you're completely not there because your mind has drifted somewhere else. Oh no, I have to pay bills. Oh no, there is a problem here. Or my work problem or my personal. No, we can't do that. We got to be present there, and we need to believe in each other, and that's the impact we want to make. We just don't want to use up anybody's time inviting them to the events and say, oh, just come and support us just because we need numbers. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to force people to just come and sit with us, have a coffee, and just go back and say, that was the boring event. I was there, and then all I did was enjoy that coffee, nothing else. So we don't want that kind of connection. We want to build with real people, real women, want to make difference and be present wherever we are, physically, mentally, and emotionally connecting with each other. And it's one of the reasons why we said, okay, Shiraz is going to be different. We don't want to follow the traditional networking. This is for women. It has to be for all women and young girls. And especially, I believe, as a nurse and working in this industry for so long with the experience, one thing I notice is moms who have a child with disability, they've been left alone. They're isolated. They don't have any social life. They don't have any kind of connections where they could just have few minutes for themselves. There's no self-care time for them. Because every time I go in the house looking after a child, mom is so exhausted. All she wants to do is go and sleep. because she has nothing else that she could think of. She is not going to pick up a phone and say, oh, let me call, have a chat with my friend, because nobody is out there to listen to her sad story. Because all she has got to share is, I didn't sleep last night because my child was sick. Because when you have a child with complex care needs, that's where we need to really try and focus. How can we support these moms? How can they be inclusive? How can we bring them out of that really unpredictable future that they hold for them and the child? How can we support them? And these are the things we talk about. It's not just another networking, boring event or meeting where you come and you just feel like my time is just gone. 1 hour, I could have done so much business. So that's the impact we want to make. We want to be truly, we are not preaching something that we don't deliver. We
That's
don't want
right.
to
Yeah.
overpromise. And Bismi agrees with me. I always say we rather underpromise and overdeliver. I hate when I have to say I do everything, I give you the whole world, and I can't deliver it.
Exactly. So our future event, our next event will be Rise and Speak workshop. That will be an online session, and there is a finance wellness webinar seminar. Our guest will be from Dubai. She will be, she's an income a real trainer, and then we'll be talking about that. That's happening in February, and then we are actually looking forward to our first in-person event, International Women's Day. I know that everybody already booked lots of International Women's Day, but we are planning to do that in Tanit, and really want to do very small bunch of people with a very specific intentions. Whoever joining today will have a special prize to join, but we would love to see you there in person. If you are from Melbourne, I know that Indian people, we'll be meeting when we have our Indian circle. But these are the three things that we already aligned the dates. And so please save the date. And then what's the plan is to have monthly online sessions to empower, and then have a one-on-one sessions if people really need the legal help or any other family violence related help. So we have people already in our group that we helping each other, and then there are different wins happening. And one of my friends, she got her a financial settlement done after like 6 months of help that we are giving together. So it's a win-win situations for people if we are helping them with our knowledge that we had, our experience we had. So if you feel like people that they need some support, maybe legally, maybe just to speak up how to do that in the legal side, or maybe have a conversation with the other people, whatever way that you think that you need help. It's not that, I'm just emphasizing that it's not just two of us. What we are trying to do to collaborate all the experts around the globe and bring them together, and then helping them. So, and that's what the real reason that we are making this as an online platform and helping people. And the other thing that we are trying to connect is to have sessions to improve the, like, neuro-linguistic programming, and bring that mindset change, how to change yourself and then change and become a better person. I know that it's almost 42 minutes that we were talking. Now our time to check anybody have any questions, and then we can concentrate to respond to that. And I would be, while people are asking questions, I would request to Kate, our wonderful mentor, and Deborah, to share some words. But before that, I would check, is there any questions for us? I have some new faces, like, I know Angie, but Angie is, yeah, just want to know where you are from, and then how are you going? Because I think a couple of new faces I can see. I know I actually was like asking you on the spot, but that's all right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I can't see you because I'm using my phone. I've never done Zoom on my phone. I've got no idea what I'm doing. So,
All right.
um, yeah. And I got invited here like, I think, what, 2 hours, a couple hours before. So, and I've got no
Oh,
internet. I don't know what's going on internet. I think it must be the whole internet. The internet's not working. So I can't see you, but I'll speak. What a wonderful organization, because I have had my fair share of nightmare like only last week, and yeah, plenty to unpack. I won't do that now, but yeah, it's great. I'd like to learn more and connect some more. It's amazing. I've got lots to offer as well.
Thank you, Angie.
great.
I
Thank
met
you. Looking
Angie
forward
only
to collab.
recently. I just met her through a friend, and then yeah, sorry, it was a very short notice. I wasn't sure who is available on a Thursday night. I know it's a shopping time for most of their moms because it's open till 9 o'clock, and I was like very oh, let me try inviting more people, and then yeah, Auntie said yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's really appreciate your time.
Yeah, I'm giving some time for some other people to ask question. Otherwise, I may ask our wonderful Arun there, supporting women. I'm so proud to see you there. I'm not sure whether you can talk or ask any questions. Anyone? Okay, because we will, we will stop right
Yeah,
at 10 or 8 o'clock. Yeah. I think he is muted, maybe not here.
yeah.
And I know that Bhagesh, uh, we just had a quick chat in the beginning and lots of reasoning why this small bunch is here. And then we would love to have that small bunches because we need to have that safe place and at the same time that intimate connections. Then only we can talk about our intimate issues as well. So let me take this time to get some um wishes or talk about your life, Kate. She's a wealth coach, I would say, and then she is a wonderful mentor. So I would love to introduce Kate Edwards, our unicorn mentor, to us and talk about her vision as a single mother.
Oh my
Come on.
goodness. Thank you so much, Bismi and Komala. It's actually it's amazing to be here, and it's also just really incredible to see your growth. You two have just literally taken the world by storm recently, and it's so wonderful to see. So I just wanted to give you a massive acknowledgement for creating this foundation, because in my heart I know it's going to be incredibly successful. And I just really wanted to point out those pillars that you started with at the beginning, the wealth, health, and confidence. And you literally could have written my story. And for those of you who don't know, I actually escaped a domestic violence situation nearly just over 10 years ago now. And we ran away when my son was 11 months old. And we rocked up to Melbourne without a penny in our pockets. We had nowhere to live. It was a really, really crazy situation that that I wouldn't wish upon any other mum. And we weren't a resident at the time either, so we struggled to get our visas. It was just one of those situations which you just wouldn't right. Sorry, my battery's running out. There we go. So being able to empower myself with a little bit of financial situation, so I could put fuel in the car, I could put food on the table, and I could actually get to work at that point. So it was just a space where I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't have anybody else but my family. My family lived in the UK, and it was a case of, who do I talk to about this? Because I wanted to talk to real women that had been through the similar situations. How do I get myself out of this? How do I educate myself about wealth? How do I educate myself about my own health? And then what came next, obviously, when I'd sorted out a little bit of financial situation, then I started to look after me. So my health improved. And then came confidence, because I was confident enough to walk out the door. I was confident enough to speak. And, you know, luckily the opportunity that landed in my lap was something that I took with and ran. And it gave me health, wealth, and confidence. And, you know, now you know, people want me to speak all over the world through my story and our, you know, growth. And the end pillar for me, and my vision, is to create a foundation called Harry's World, because my little boy has autism. He was diagnosed at 2. And it's been a really, really hard journey for me as a single mom. So meeting Bismi, meeting Komala, like has given me family again, which is really beautiful. And you know, we're at the moment, you know, launching an intelligent wellness business into India, which is absolutely phenomenal, empowering hundreds and thousands and hopefully millions of women soon, that we get to take back our financial control. And I think that that's a really big, significant move for women in the world today, because it's a very sad world that we live in. So well done, girls. I'm so proud to be here. I'll be here forever. You'll never get rid of me. And if you ever need me to speak at anything, I am more than welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Kate.
Kate.
And that's amazing words from the heart. And I'm so blessed to have connections with you and resonating with your story as well, Kate. Thank you. I love to welcome Deborah and then Shaya. I know that you connected both with myself and Komala, and it's so good to see you and how grounded you are, and then helping the business world to grow in a real steady way. So, Deborah, please.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I am so, so proud of the two of you. And you know what, and I'm sure Kate and everybody else would agree with me that it is so natural that it would be the two of you to create a foundation like this. It shows your heart, it shows your lived experiences that you can bring to create this safe space. And I absolutely agree. The pillars that you two that you've put together, they're the absolute foundational needs for every woman to be able to stand on their own 2 feet with confidence, and building all of that beside them as they grow is going to be amazing. Just a little bit of my story, the confidence was what I needed, and that came for me um, through having to really challenge my self-awareness. And from that, I was able to then, so I kind of went the other way. I kind of had to get the confidence to then realize that I needed the health and wealth to really launch into the next step of what I did. But I am so proud of the two of you. And like I said, it just makes so much sense that you two have come together to create such an amazing foundation. She Rise is going to be beautiful. It's beautiful now, and it's going to continue to be beautiful. You have everything in the right places, and lived experience beats anything hands down, because as Kate was saying, she wanted to speak to somebody. She wanted to speak to women that knew and where you could speak the same language. And this is the thing: no matter what crisis or need that you're going through, you want to speak to somebody that can actually understand what you're saying. Kamala talked about, you can hear things, but if you're not listening, not only are you in a way contaminating that safe space, but being able to have somebody to listen to is is the right place to be. Now, you also mentioned that there are some ladies here that have kind of found their way here, and I just want to say you found your way here for a purpose. There's there are no such thing as accidents. We're in the right space that we need to be at the time. So I'm so glad that you have found She Rise with Bismi and Kamala. So congratulations, the two of you, and this is going to be amazing. This is what, and you're not just tackling the women, you're bringing along with that the entire family, the children, so, and it is about that next generation. If we can get that next generation to be confident and to have their voice and to be able to lead the following generation with that, this is what healing the world, this is where it starts, right? So congratulations. I'm really, really pleased and happy for you both about, and already with the events that you've got coming up, it's, you're running already. So congratulations.
Thank you, Deborah. I just have a word to say. Deborah, she's amazing because I met her through a networking event. I must say I have made great connections like Deborah, Kate, Bismi. These are all who have come across through networking. I really believe people come in your life for a reason. And Deborah, she's an amazing mindset coach. There's so much to learn, so much to heal, and so much to change the way you think. And these are the impacts we are making already, and that we all have a story to tell, to share. And thank you, Kate and Deborah. Thank you for sharing your stories. Really appreciate your time and your support here, and everybody else here. You all have a story. We would like to connect with you and know more about you, and be supported. Support each other. You
I
agree
just
with
want
me?
to finish our one because we have 5 more minutes to go. Anyone else want to share anything?
Yeah.
If not, I would be really concluding our last slide by giving gratitude to two wonderful girls because without them, we can't really move forward because we, as Komala mentioned, we all met in a network event, and from there we were having conversations. And the reason why we actually launching this quickly, it's only because of that mentoring and the push that we got from Audrey and Shweta, the business growth network founders. So they were the one who pushed us because we had this passion and then we were thinking about it, but only because of them we are actually launching today. So they couldn't join today, but they gave us all the support and really the backbone of doing this something big as from a normal people like us. And at the same time, I'd like to acknowledge the support from our Kabindam counselors, Counselor Jasmine and Counselor Jenny. They both were supposed to come to tonight's event, but they couldn't. But they really reassured that this will really go through the council and then help will be there, and we can make this as a huge impact for our Wyndham Council. So we have all those support women in the business, women in the council, and women around the globe. And at the same time, I'm so grateful to Julie. Julie actually doing women rescue program underneath the umbrella. And I was one of the members over there, and I was sharing my story, and then she was part of my recovery. Julie, if you are okay, I got 3 minutes, but I'll give you 1 minute to share about you quickly, please, Julie.
Thanks, Bismi. Yeah, it's been wonderful just getting to know you and hearing what you're doing, and I'm so in awe. And Kate, I love what you shared, so thank you for sharing and being vulnerable. And I think I'd love to connect with you as well. But yeah, I've just yesterday picked up all of the artworks from the Black and White exhibition, which Bismi was part of, and yeah, God's just still doing some amazing things as I gather more stories. We're going into a digital workshop that I'm launching at the moment, and just gathering stories from women about how culture has impacted their story, whether that's the the contribution to domestic violence or an impact on their recovery journey in any positive or negative way. So culture as defined by the women themselves, because culture is different to every individual woman. So yeah, underneath my umbrella is gathering stories of women, and much like you, getting the stories out there, because there's so much empowerment in one, being able to share your story, but also in being able to share your story to help somebody else. It does more than we can really anticipate. So yeah, really impressed with what you're doing, and just look forward to seeing what happens next for you guys as well.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And other people, Janelle, we are collaborating. She's a digital marketing, like a real special designer for many business people here. And then we already partnered and then doing different miracles behind the scene. And all other people, thank you, Anila, Arati, and Rakesh and Arun joining us. Thank you, Joel, for technically helping us here. And I leave this quote for you and this is the real reason why I am doing, why Komala is doing, why people like you all are doing different things to empower. I'm not free while any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own. And I know that that's true. Everybody is in different world, different path, but we need to do something to make them free. And that's what She Rise is. So thank you, Komala, again for joining my mission and we coming together to make it happen. So if you like these, we will be sending an email and then you can connect through our website, our socials, and follow us, share our story and rise with us. What else, Komala?
We are going to rise with me. Yes, we rise together. We all women, we rise together, and that's what we believe in. And rising together makes a huge difference for community, and everybody are supported, and children are supported because we women rise when everything else, everything else comes next. Women comes first because we are the pillars. So we hold them together in every way. And thank you everybody, and thank you, Bismi. I'm really grateful that I found you, and thank you for everything. It's just a
So
great.
yes, one thing, be grateful for our life, what we have, what we're doing, and let's get involved and stay connected. Let's rise together. Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Have a wonderful evening.